Alright, so today we are going to talk about the exterior angles of a triangle, and these are the angles outside of a triangle. The measure of an exterior angle is equal to the sum of the measure of the two non-adjacent interior angles. Okay, so what that means is that D and E, which are our non-adjacent angles, these are our interior non-adjacent angles, D plus E, those two angles together, if we add them up, they will equal this exterior angle G right here. So D plus E on the inside add up together to equal G. And it's non-adjacent because if you look at F is an adjacent angle. That is the adjacent angle. And adjacent means next to. So if you look at it, D and E are not next to G. So that's why those two added together equal G. If you notice though, F and G form a straight line. And so the measure of the exterior angle and its adjacent interior angle are supplementary. And really, if you go back to this diagram up here, it will really look like F plus G equals 180 degrees. Okay, so now to find this, for this first example, to find the value of X, which is our exterior angle right here, we are just going to add 45 plus 95. These are our two interior angles that are not adjacent to our exterior angle. And when I add them, I should get 140 degrees. And that is X. This angle right here is 140 degrees. And if you notice, it's an obtuse angle, so that makes sense. Okay, for my second example, I'm going to find the value of X, which happens to be my exterior angle. So the first thing I need to do is figure out what this little square means. And you should know by now that this square means that this angle is 90 degrees. Well, I have my two interior non-adjacent angles. So 45 and 90 are not next to my exterior angle. So I'm just going to simply add those two together to find X. And if I add them together, I get 135 degrees. And that is what my exterior angle is. So it's 135 degrees. And if you notice, again, it's an obtuse angle, and it's my degree measure is larger than 90, so that again makes sense. Okay, so for my next example, I'm going to find the value of Y. And actually, if you look at this one, it is an exterior angle, but remember what I said in the beginning about the exterior angle and the adjacent interior angle? These two together add up to 180, and notice our straight line right here. So I can simply just subtract 180 minus 105 to get Y. And when I subtract 180 minus 105, I get 75 degrees. I could also take the time to find what this interior angle would be, and I would just add 105 plus 25, which is 130. And then I could do 180 minus 130, which is 50. And then if that means this angle is 50, and 50 plus 25 is 75. So I know I got the correct answer because those two interior angles equal the exterior angle. Okay, so again, we're going to end our video with a more challenging problem. And I want to start by, I noticed right away that these squares, and remember these squares tell us that the angle measure is 90 degrees. So I'm going to write that in here. And we do know that the interior angles of a triangle, they add up to 180. So we're going to go back to the interior and we're going to add 90 plus 30 and we will get 120 degrees. And we're doing this so we can find this interior angle here. And when we do that, we're going to subtract 180 minus 120 to get 60. So now we know that this angle here is 60 degrees. And if you look at these angles, what's special about them is they are across from each other and they share a vertex right here. So that means they are vertical angles. Since they are vertical, that means that this angle is also 60 degrees. And if they are adding up to be the same, they're all the interior angles inside a triangle are 180 degrees, then we know that this is also 30 degrees because the inside of that first triangle over here, we had 30, 60, 90, which actually is a special triangle. You'll use them a lot in high school. Then if this is 60 and 90, then this other one has to be 30 degrees, right? Also. And then before we finish up, let's try to find these right here, these vertical angles. And we know they'll be the same. So really we just need to find one. And this angle over here, this one right here would be called angle KJH. And that is an exterior angle to this triangle over here. And we can add 30 and 90, which we already did right here. So we know that that angle is 120 degrees. And if that angle is 120 degrees, then the one across from it, which is a vertical angle, is also 120 degrees. And then if you notice, I did make a little circle here with all my angle markings. See how it looks like a circle? We could add all of these together, 120, 120, 60, and 60. And we should get 360, which 120 and 120 is 240. This is 120 again. So we do have 360 degrees, which makes sense because I have this circle right here.